So I was in the military academy and for 4 years, and afterwards I worked also in the military almost another 4 years. And how did I choose to go there? Actually, I have been quite bad at making decisions about my future. I've been quite hesitant. And in Finland, you have to go to the army for 1 year. It's a service, or actually 6 months or 1 year. I was 1 year. And yeah, it just, when I learned about the army career, it just sounded sort of easy and or secure, safe journey to start right away, and you get leadership education there and everything. But also I listened to my parents and my aunt a lot about what their opinions are, and I think, even though I didn't admit it, I think it has had some influence on it. Anyways, I enjoyed the time very much in the army, but from the beginning it was quite clear to me that it's not my final destination necessarily, and most likely not, because I didn't like very much the atmosphere and the discipline and sort of the unrelaxedness. That's basically, I think, the biggest reason. Such a big stress about things, and I was thinking that in civil, in normal society, it's not as much stress. And of course, it's always individual how people experience it, and I think I was quite sensitive for experiencing it in the way that I did. I maybe took taking things too seriously, and maybe my qualities, capabilities weren't perfect for that, even though I think I managed quite well. But sometimes when I screwed up things, I felt quite bad about the shit and the sort of the bad spirit. But I have to say that it's not that bad place to be at all. I had very much fun there, and I enjoyed it, and I could have seen myself working there as well. But yeah, there came an opportunity for me, very much thanks to my wife's support, that I was able to, because I started to really feel uncomfortable working there, and I wanted to go to work in the normal life. So I was able to transfer and get away. Also, I think if I think about the enlightenment path, seeing and learning what conditioning really means, when you have these kind of rules that really you have to obey, and it's really open that the conditioning, that you should just follow orders, everybody wears the same suits, to really see what conditioning is, that you have to salute in a certain way always. But I wouldn't change that experience to anything, and it has given me so much ability to cope with stress and not to worry about two minor things. And also made a lot of good friends, good people were there. But yeah, career-wise, then I went to security business, which was a little bit soft landing to from army to normal society, because the discipline is there also strict, but it's much more relaxed than than the army. But still, in the in a company type of area, and especially in industry like security, there's a lot of hierarchy, and I started also feel stressed there and about doing sort of insignificant stuff, providing people security, but we have to make business out of it, so we have to make them feel unsafe. So yeah, and of course the main reason why finally I left it was also that I was forced to leave from the company's side. But I had also planned before that in 6 months I will leave to Europe with my wife for 1 year here to Austria, and we take a break from the normal wheel of squirrel. And what else? Yeah, and after that 1 year in Austria, we traveled around the Europe. It was very, very much fun that year, and we had a lot of time to think about the future, what we want to do. And I wanted to start doing something meaningful, something on my own. And I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I wanted to be my own master. I think more and more this path from what my work has been has led me to becoming my own master, not doing what other people tell me to do. Also, I wanted to do something really significant that matters to me, to other people. And especially that's something more fun. And I found it with a few friends, a company, and we developed application for political elections. The idea was to develop a global application through which we would be able to enhance democracy in the world. When people could promote their own preferred candidates and the subjects that they thought is important. And yeah, that was around 5 years, and was also a lot of struggle for me. Partly because it just didn't take off as well, and we didn't get enough funds to really make it bigger. But also partly I started to lose my faith in the entrepreneurial path as well, especially in that industry, and I didn't believe in democracy anymore, and that you could really truly influence to the political power structure. And also during that time I worked couple of years in a communication agency as a social media specialist. And it also taught me a lot. The whole working career has actually, I have more and more felt that this world is so dishonest. I have, like, I mean that the marketing, when you have to, you have to make the money and you have to sell yourself and say that you provide solutions for the customers for money. And of course that's many times true and both parties sort of sign it, but there's so much bullshit in the communication, in the everyday communication. It's more true within the company. Inside we can talk about customers like in a not so friendly way. But there's so much bullshit. People are dishonest with each other in the business world, also in the army, because they want to keep their image up and they want to achieve certain goals, so they play this kind of game all the time. In meetings they want to seem important to other people and they talk so much bullshit, and this started to really disturb me. I couldn't myself adjust into that world. I'm not saying that that moral way of judging the thing was the main reason, but also that I didn't have the quality to talk that shit. I tried very hard and I tried to learn things that I will say, but it just didn't ever work for me. I've tried that many times and I fail it very big time. I feel that people just don't. Sometimes I have managed. There's one friend of mine a year and a half ago ran for the Finnish parliament election, and I was the social media specialist in his campaign, and I was able to be honest and go really wild with things. So it was really popular social media campaign, probably the most popular where I have been, and also I've been able to talk shit in the name of other people. Like for my customers, I could take any kind of side, but for some reason, for me, I haven't ever felt not natural. I've tried to really hard to be marketing oriented, but it just fails big time every time. Yeah, so that was very significant thing in my life to not only in a business world, but also like in relationship with normal people. When you go to parties, then people are. I have felt that people are fake in some way, within the family as well. And somehow I'm just. Actually, this has been from the childhood very prominent in me that I'm quiet in a company. I don't speak much. I just observe. And I just listen because I can't participate in that bullshit. I'm not saying that I would want to open up and talk some real stuff, that's the real emotions that are are there. But I just haven't had the quality and ability to talk shit. Yeah, so I've been left out a bit in public conversations. And when I try to talk, it's just people don't listen to me. And also, I think it's also that people are able to, other people have been able to be more authentic, and I haven't. I haven't been. That's also one big discovery and reason. Yeah. So then I have also considered, yeah, about religions, I could say. I've never really believed in anything. In childhood, I was like thinking that I would like to meet Jesus and ask what's the really what is this really the life about or something. But then I stopped believing, and that has never been something I have been really oriented to the real things that I can sense and feel. But I have been wondering different kind of coincidences, like for example how I met my wife back in 2003. It was such an accident that we were with my couple of my friends in a music festival throwing a beach ball, and then the beach ball fell away, and my wife was coming there from the toilet and took the ball and threw it to me, and that's the moment when I marked her, and that was the beginning of our story. And she was from the capital area, and I was from the city that the music festival was, so it was like very big coincidence that we meet there. But other coincidences like that, and of course I have thought that yeah, I could have met somebody else and that would have been as big of a coincidence. But they have been I've been wondering them, like what these kind of coincidences are, but I haven't like felt that I believe in some faith and everything. But also during these years of my work life, I thought a lot about the purpose of life, because I felt that the years are going so fast in work, and also that people appreciate that they have families and they build up their career and everything, and I just I just felt that it was such a big waste of time that you sort of sell your time 8 hours per day for money, and you do something that yeah you feel that okay it's kind of fun and it's kind of purposeful, but it really is not what you would spend your time if you really had the chance to do whatever you want. And yeah, but especially that consumption of time and everything, those kind of things have been in the mind. And me and my wife, we started to become a bit interested in meditation and yoga. And there was one friend of my wife who gave one time a book from Osho. It was called Meditation, the Only Way to Freedom or something. And I had been thinking and philosophizing a lot about the life before that. And I had read Krishnamurti before that also. And Krishnamurti's book was the first book that really resonated in me, that I really sense that somebody is now talking the things that I think and I have been thinking about. And the same thing happened with Osho, that when I started to read his words, it was immediately they were exactly the kind of views and thoughts that I have been thinking about the life. So that was pretty much the beginning of the meditative path. I started to meditate, tried to meditate a little bit, vipassana, watching the breath and other kinds of, but it was very difficult that time and very occasional. I also started to do Ashtanga yoga, but I never got into meditation from that. But I was very much listening to Osho and his speeches, and they resonated a lot. And I started to practice being aware of everything. Like when I move, that I'm or run or anything, I'm aware of my body and my breath. So that was pretty much the beginning. And then at some point, I think a few years ago, some point started to happen really big things in our close friends and family members, relationship issues, and really dramatic things. And they were pretty much also, I would say, one significant issue especially was something that really made me awake. I was having discussions with highly recognized and you know, people that I have considered very sane, and they are also recognized by the society and nearby friends and everything. And the whole vision of that kind of person changed when I was able to have a really intimate discussion and hear about the mind, that somebody can really think something really crazy and say that it's true. And at the same time, this same guy works in the society in a very respectable level and is appreciated by others. And I was able to see that kind of mental picture, that what kind of mind game, what kind of imagination can a person have, even in that kind of situation when other people really have a different kind of view. And that woke me up about the mind, what it is, and consciousness. And then maybe year and a half ago, me and my wife, we made a big decision of leaving everything in Finland and moving here to Austria. My wife stopped her theater that she was managing, and I quit my job We sold our house, and our purpose was to go deeper into the meditation and get the hell out of the society.